Okay, this is okay here, and we're going to have a very short stream today. We're going to just look at this match between FM Chicken Crossroad against blitzbullet in the 2019 Bullet Crazyhouse World Championship, and it's a very tight match. Chicken Crossroad is behind by 9.5 to 11.5. He's just lost the last game as black. In fact, as you can see, the last 8 games have all gone with white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games all gone with white. So let's see if that trend continues. Let's see if blitzbullet goes ahead and wins this match, or Chicken Crossroads can come back. He's 2 behind with 9 matches to go. So this is just going to be a very short stream while we watch this game. That rook's good because it provides. It can always, if the attack runs up, he can come back and take this pawn. But does he have mate? Can't see anything, but he's going for the mate. This is the only safe square. But the knight comes back. Yeah, so if rook takes queen, rook takes, and knight comes back. So that's a very pretty checkmate. So it's just one game in it, 10.5 to 11.5. And we see blitzbullet playing his usual g3, h3 castle setup. And I've had some serious lag issues. I'm going to have to play through what happened. Okay, so now we're up to the current position, and the clocks are reasonably level. Chicken Crossroad always seems to be slightly down on the clock, so blitzbullet is very good at keeping a pace. And we can see in the spectators Barry Boswick, Requiem ZH, Fumitox, Elder Bava, and others. James OG. So it's quite a late night match, but there are still some spectators, and maybe you can join me in watching a case. He's got a queen, so blitzbullet's had to sack his queen, but he's trying to maintain safety. So it's just a case of breaking through. Hi there, Chuck Moulton. So this is just a very short stream as we follow this Crazyhouse World Championship bullet match. So he's trying to get in on light squares f3, and because blitzbullet uses this setup, it takes a while to get through, so it's quite effective in bullet. So I feel like, yeah, he's doing well, but does he have time to get through? So it's 13 seconds against 12. So queen here, does that do anything? Knight can take that. Knight here. Oh, he's got a queen. Discover check, and it will be a smothered mate. Oh, it doesn't even need to be a smothered mate. You can just go straight away with the mate. The smothered mate would be this and this checkmate, but he had the mate directly. And of course, if he went the other way, queen here was checkmate. So we see a little bit of a comeback from Chicken Crossroads, 11.5, 11.5. With 7 games to go. I'm sorry, I've got lag issues, so the board just suddenly, so like all the first few moves just pass by. So let me just run through them a little bit more slowly. Okay, so he's got a pin on the knight. Okay, he wants a knight. Why does he want a? He wants a knight because he wants to take that pawn, and how's he going to use that knight is the question. Okay, so now we're back up to the current position. So how to break through? So he's going for f6, perhaps. Okay, so blitzbullet meanwhile is going for knight takes g2 ideas, but does Chicken Crossroad have something? So if bishop takes, does pawn here ideas? So if he has 2 pawns, he only got 1 pawn. So if he had 2 pawns, he could then. Oh, he had a bishop, which he put on the board. Okay. So the queen comes in, but Well, black only has a pawn and bishop in hand, so this is quite dangerous. Hi there, make hell Tal, Mikhail Tal play on the famous Grandmaster and World Champion. Oh, this is looking dangerous. Oh, but the attack has stopped, and yeah, and Chicken has the mate with the Aman emotes. Okay, so Chicken Crossroad has just won 3 in a row to take a lead in the match, with 6 games to go. So maybe the stream has brought Chicken some luck. And as before, I have no idea why, but they're pre-moving the first few moves so quickly that I just my browser doesn't actually keep up. So I'm just going to play through it more slowly. So we see this d4, d5 setup. There's lots of pressure on c7. And so yeah, white is breaking through actually into black's king side. So white's doing very well here. And then with that material, with that extra material, he's going to try and... so white's got a lot of initiative and perhaps a little bit of extra material, or does he? Well, actually black has a lot of material, but it's all in hand. So white's got the initiative at least. And he's got a lot of the pieces off the queen side and is now not going to attack on the king side. So then maybe ideas... Okay, he's going to try and... he has no pawns. So he's going for knight takes bishop, and then what? He's threatening... So white only has a bishop and queen in hand, that's the only thing. Okay, so I think... So Chicken's trying to go for a counterattack. And he has pawns, say pawn here. Okay, but the threat was rook here, rook takes, knight here, smothered mate. So this is a problem. Knight here, smothered mate, still a problem. So he's having to defend furiously. Okay, now he can go in. Second, oh, he didn't go for the second knight and rook here, but maybe he had it. I don't know if he did or not. It seemed like at the end he had it, but maybe he didn't. So just at the end here, yeah, in this position here, doesn't he just have knight here check with the rook at h2? Yeah, knight at f3. This rook at h2 is mating. Takes, takes, and wherever the king goes, whether it goes... So this covers those 2 squares, and wherever the king goes, here or here, rook at h2 is going to be checkmate. So bad mismate from Chicken Crossroad, but of course under severe time pressure. Okay, so the pieces are flying out again in this game. Okay, last 4 games to go, so game 26 or 27 out of 30. Okay, it's again d4, d5. Hang on, this is the... yeah. Okay, knight takes, so we're finally up to the action. Yeah, that was a disappointing miss, even though it's very, yeah, it's difficult, it's under time pressure. But he was going for that mate and then he didn't play it, so it was a bit of a shame. So he goes for the queen. If the opponent had a knight, he'd be finished, because a knight and queen would probably be mating. Okay, but instead blitzbullet is defending, and he wants this queen here, knight here, smothered mate idea, but queen takes means it doesn't work. Okay, so if he went back, rook here was checkmate, so the king has to come out. He can't go back again, pawn here, rook here is checkmate. King takes, bishop here's checkmate. Really beautiful bishop and rook checkmate. Very nice. So chicken crossroad again draws level. I think it's 15.5 all, but so we're going to play through. So he's now gone for e4, e4, e5, and Scotch. And yeah, now I think we're up to the live action. Okay, so he's targeting g2. How to defend? Bishops defend and attack at the same time. Okay, this has gone too fast for me. He then takes and then puts a knight icy, so he's potentially winning the queen whenever he wants it. Again, a discovered check from the queen, and he's probably going to take the queen next move, because black's attack is not quite strong enough. And he should have mate here. Let's see. Oof, that's another check. Check here, check here. Oh, okay, even better. I was thinking drive him up, but knight here. Always try and think where the squares the opponent king can run to, and block those squares off. So that was very nice. The knight blocking off those squares. Okay, so we're back to another d4, d5. So I got the score all wrong. It's 15.5 to 12.5. Chicken really has won 6 out of the last 7. So he's really... I noticed in some of the earlier games, Chicken was maybe a little bit slower out of the blocks. So the blitzbullet's speed was really incredible and was really giving him trouble. But he seems to have found his good positions on the board. I mean, he was always finding good positions on the board, but seems to be getting the good position sufficiently quickly now that he's causing blitzbullet trouble. Okay, so he's threatening mate on h2, so that's why knight was there covering. He took instead here, and white's going straight away for a counterattack. So what's he thinking? Because he could take it away with a discovered check. Okay, so he goes for defense. Just slightly worried about that pawn. Okay, and just completely remends his kingside. And what's the material like? I think he's up slightly. Not sure, let me see. Well, he's up a queen at least, that's for sure. But blitzbullet's got a little bit of initiative here. Ah, nice, because there's a pin. So the threat is, oh, queen here checkmate. You can't move the knight, that was terrible. But then without moving the knight, you're just hanging that bishop there. So it was a tough. So yeah, Bullet is prone to streaks, and we've now seen Chicken Crossroad take 7 of the last 8 games, pretty much since we started streaming. He's been winning. Yeah, we started streaming about 7 or 8 games ago, and he's just been winning every game almost since then. So rook takes bishop whenever he wants it. He'll take it now. Yep. And he's probably going to be thinking of putting it on g7 at some point. And this actually is the 30th game, so this is very interesting. Yeah, bishop takes pawn. So he's thinking of bishop takes pawn, discover check at some point if he wants it. Where's that king going? It's checkmate. Another knight checkmate. Very pretty. So what a comeback. From Chicken Crossroad, he wins the series 17.5 to 12.5. He wins 7, is it 7 or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 out of the last 9. And DJ Chessdog says, Crazyhouse is scary, and Chicken is great at the chess part of ZH Pug, says Nicholas Theiss. And DJ Chessdog, what's the CWC format? Okay, so if you want to read all about the CWC format, I've written a blog post about it, but then I'll just summarize. We're at the candidates phase. There were 3 elimination rounds. So 64 people were then narrowed down to 8. We're now in the candidates phase. Everyone plays everyone else. And we've had some of the matches being played already. On the blog, you can see a cross table of the results so far. But basically, Upperways and Jan Lee are both doing very well. Surprise, surprise. And no, it's not. This is not elimination. So Andrew is through to the candidates. So he played Jan Lee just earlier today. He's not eliminated. He has to play all the other 8. So there's 7 other candidates. He's playing them all.